All right,
Are we
live.
live?
We are now live,
Woohoo.
and give me just a moment. There is some housekeeping I need to do.
Housekeeping.
You keep it clean.
Housekeeping.
Can we not do that? That'd be perfect
Oh,
if we could not do that while I'm streaming. Thank you. All
like a
right.
trademark
Made me
thing.
think. Make me think of the Muppets.
No, I'll explain it for you guys later. How
Okay.
that's not appropriate when you're streaming.
Okay, gotcha.
Very good. Okay. So, who wants to give us a recap? Yes, I realize you've already posted it in the Discord. That does still, we have to give a recap for the people watching at home. Who wants to do it?
You.
I think Hagar should because he's pretty up to date on things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So long as someone does.
All right. Let me go to my post here. Read it again. All
I
right.
mean, Sonic.
Yes. All right. If memory serves, Sonic used his radio powers to listen in on a radio signal that, based on what we heard, we thought was Count DeGraves, and he used his Sonic powers to figure out, and we took the El Topo's work van and kind of figured out where it was strongest, and we split up, and Sonic and El Topo went down a manhole, and the king of the hobos went off on his own around the corner, and he ran into a lady that looked like a scary zombie, so he punches her out, literally. Um, Very hard punch. Meanwhile, under the street, El Topo and Sonic sees we go down this really dark tunnel.
We
Under the
follow the sound, yeah.
yeah, and then we see some movement. Looks kind of creepy. We kind of look closer, see a skull. Um, and there's some sort of broadcaster record player looking thing on it. Um, that was sending out the message, and that's what lured us down there, which turns out to possibly have been a trap. There's a big explosion. Sonic almost dies again. Um,
So it's
we
a
head
day ending
back.
in Y.
What's that?
I said, so it's a day ending in Y, really.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Um, so we head back up to the street. You know, looking for our hobo friend. Um, we find him holding a lady that looks like a dead lady that got her face punched in. He proceeds to tell us he's kind of confused. I thought she was a zombie. Um, you know, I think in our heads we suspect some sort of spell. At least Sonic did, um, because she definitely was not a zombie.
Or
So,
maybe this is the
Or
Drifter's
the
villain arc.
Drifter's just, yeah.
Yeah.
The Drifter's just a murderer.
well, I mean, he was tricked into murdering, I would say.
Would that hold up in court?
Oh,
Um,
God, no.
Probably not.
No.
Um, so I mean, at this point, we were trying to decide what to do with the body. We talked about throwing it down, I think, in the gutter, taking it with us. We, due to evidence, you know, I think we just thought it was a bad idea to take it in the truck, but we ended up taking it in the truck. Um,
El
and that's
Topo's work van.
yeah,
Yeah, seems
his
like a
work,
good idea.
his work van, and hightailed it out of there. Um, that's what I got for you.
All right. So you actually took the body to the Rail Queen
Okay.
over to the rail yard. That was what happened at the end of last session. It's been a few weeks, so don't feel bad about not remembering that part. But remember, she was still burying those that were killed, that had been killed, I guess, a session before when
Mhm.
when Count de Graves and Molly Maleficent had attacked the rail yard. So you watched her bury Tia. That was her name. And as you got there, she was burying some of the last folks that were still dead there in the rail yard. One of them was a kid named Katrina. All right, so it's the next day, and we're gonna go to. If I can drag the icon down here. Where is? Here we go. We're gonna go to El Topo's house.
Ooh,
We're gonna
I bet
take.
that's a rocking place.
We're gonna
Nice
take
bungalow.
El Topo off and put his civilian guys on because he's definitely not hanging out at home in his outfit.
In his super suit.
Here we go. All right, Chunk. It's the next morning. As far as you know, Drifter may be a murderer. How
Yeah,
how are
yeah.
how is Chunk feeling this morning?
Um, what day of the week is it?
Um,
Did I have to call in sick today? Is it normally not a work day?
no, you were supposed to go in to work today, but they actually called you before you came in and told you that everyone was going to have to stay at home due to a gas leak. There's been several gas leaks in the sewer, and your supervisor, your civil works supervisor, tells you that it looks like it's just really old piping that is going to have to be pumped out of the sewer before anybody can go into it. And tells you they've already got other people working on it, and it's dangerous for just the regular sewer workers to be down there right now.
That would kind of throw El Topo for a loop because he's kind of normally one of the main guys that they would call in for something like that. So
Yeah.
his topo sense is tingling, but he's kind of walking around the house. His bathrobe's much looser than it should be in the front, and
Easy, killer.
El Topo's got a big mug of black coffee with a little Irish in it,
All
as
right.
he's trying to make sense of uh, Drifter murder and uh, uh, just Count de Grey and just all that's going on, and now now Chad Stone, the director of Public Works, told him to stay home. They have it handled. He's a little lost, a little confused.
Give me a reason check. Whatever your
All right,
reason is, whatever
my
your reason.
reason is excellent.
Roll that on the
So
universal
I'm
table.
rolling a universal excellent. All right. Blue 30.
All right, so blue's a failure because it's actually a white. I don't know why the macro does that, but it's just anything that's blue is a failure. So, as far as you don't think it's any kind of job security thing that you need to be worried about. Um, there's been other times when they've been like, look, there's some things happening in the sewer. Like the cops sometimes will have to go in and arrest people or find people that are on the run from the law. Um, but with the gas leak, you would suspect it's maybe being handled by like the fire department.
Okay.
So not really a cause for concern. Um, you're still being paid for the day because you get paid. You get paid every 2 weeks regardless your salary.
Yeah.
It's not a
First and
personal.
15th, baby.
It's not a personal day or anything. It's just enjoy the day off. You can't be here today. Kind of like in Texas, when the AC doesn't work, and by law they can't let you stay there.
Or in Arlington when the Texas Rangers win the World Series.
So, yeah, is there anything you want to do this morning?
I think I'm gonna sit down, uh, enjoy my coffee, and at that point, I probably think maybe I should call Maybe I should call my gal on the streets, Miss Allison Horowitz, and see if she's heard anything, gotten anything on down the wire, anything new about Count de Graves, anything about the sewer gas leaks.
Okay.
I'm normally her, she's always looking to me to get some info. Maybe she can reciprocate.
All right. So you call your contact, which is on another map very far away. I hate you. Um, but yeah, she sounds a little sleepy, but she's like, "Yeah, hey, what's going on?"
Allison, I don't know. I was hoping maybe you could tell me. Have you heard anything more about Count de Graves? Have you heard anything more about kind of spooky ghosts or goblin sightings? And then the other thing I want to hear, if any of your contacts have talked to you about, I'm being shut out of the sewers today. They're telling me there's a gas leak down there. Have you seen the fire department dispatched? Have you heard anything about this?
Yeah, they put out a press release. I just got into the office, but they put out a press release about half hour ago saying the fire department's got to handle it.
Hmm. Okay.
Well, I mean,
You got any
they're
reporters that have
they're
seen?
literally, literally trained to do that. That's part of their job description.
No, I understand. Have have any of your reporters been dispatched to talk to them? I mean, do you know where the fire department's stationed at? Do you know where they're going in and out of the sewers?
That I don't know. Like I said, I just got here.
All right.
I
All right.
wouldn't worry about it too much.
Okay.
I mean,
I
gas
guess
leaks in the
it's.
sewers. It's old stuff down there. It happens from time to time.
No, I understand. I just feel like they're my sewers too.
No, I understand. That's my GM kind of way of saying, don't get too far in the weeds on this one.
Understood.
Since we've only got an hour.
Understood. So if you hear if any of your uh fellow reporters or contacts see any more sightings, of ghosts or goblins or skeletons, we're still we're still worried about this Count de Graves. I'd appreciate a call if you hear anything.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'll give you a heads up if I hear anything.
All right, well, uh talk soon.
Yeah, yeah. Take it easy. Enjoy your day off.
Yeah. You yeah, I will. Thank you.
And you hear her stifle a yawn as she's not hanging up the phone.
And I'll end my turn after saying El Topo pours a little more whiskey in his coffee and he wonders why Allison is so tired. And that'll end my turn.
All right. So next, hang on. Let me copy this token too. Wrong screen. Let me get over here. Here we go. We're gonna check in with Sonic at his condo. He's still at the condo, getting ready to head over to the university. Let me bring us over there now. Here we go. All right. So, Sonic, what are you doing this morning? Are you reflecting of the events of last night when it looks like Drifter may have actually murdered some chick?
Yeah, he's sitting there making some hot Earl Grey tea and some Lego Maego waffles, putting plenty of syrup on it because he needs the energy. And he thinks, maybe I ought to call my friend, police detective Jessica Marlowe, see if she heard anything last night about any of the goings on that we were involved in. Kind of his thoughts.
All right. Give me just a second to get
Okay.
her all set up and prepped. Here she is. All right. So you dial her, and after a few rings, she answers, and she's like, "This is Marlo. How can I help you?"
Hey, Marlo, hey, did you hear any? I was out last night with some friends and I heard a really loud explosion. Did anything come across last night like that? I was just wondering what that was.
Yeah, we got reports of an explosion, but apparently there's been leaks in the sewer, gas leaks that we're finding out about this morning. The fire department's handling it, from last I heard.
Okay, any suspects in mind?
For a gas leak? No.
No, I mean like it had to have been a loud explosion. It was
Yeah, again, we it was reported into us when it happened.
so just some sort of accident then.
Near as we can tell,
Okay.
we
Any other
couldn't really go down in the sewers and poke around because part of it blew up.
out of character? What was the neighborhood we were in?
Um, I didn't name the neighborhood, but it was it was a rundown. It was like the crack house part of the neighborhood.
Okay.
All the buildings were like abandoned, condemned, run down. It was a very bad part
Okay.
of town.
Is there a spike in criminal activity up there by the northern by the ghetto?
Well, I mean, there's always dealers that we're catching, and the occasional raid on one of those crummy houses that's got a meth lab in it or something, or it's like a crack den.
Okay, well, I don't know. I think that do you remember that Count de Graves guy?
Yeah, yeah, the guy that
I
almost killed you. Yeah.
I think he might be holed up there. I think he might be the reason for the gas leak.
Why do you think that?
Well, I heard some radio signals. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. That's not. She doesn't know who I am. So scratch that. Um,
And why are you concerned about Count de Graves anyway?
well, because I'm just a concerned citizen.
Maybe you should leave it for the superheroes that are actually going after him, or God forbid, leave it to us, and maybe just stay up at the college. Don't get yourself killed.
Okay, well, as a scientist, I was really curious about this fellow. He seems to have some sort of weird magical ghost powers that seem to be, you know, fantastic, and I'm just wondering, I just want to study the guy. Maybe I can help you guys figure out, his origin or where he comes from or what he is. So I'm just trying to use my intelligence and expertise to assist the police department.
Make a popularity check. Whatever your popularity level is, roll that.
Popular. Okay, darn it. Let me open the
Popularity.
cheat sheet.
Popularity breeds contempt.
Okay, popularity is good.
Then roll that on the universal table.
Universal table.
Click on the universal table macro.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Under
Yeah,
pick a
yeah, yeah.
power rank, go to good, and then hit
Yeah, I
submit.
just had to minimize some stuff. Good. Submit.
Yeah, there's a pause, and then she's like, we got a lot of people working on it and everything, and you've already been through the ringer a couple of times trying to get involved and stuff. Maybe take that as a sign, just take it easy.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
if there's anything
Click.
else, okay. Yep, you end the call. Let me put her back on the GM screen. And we'll go back over to Sonic at his condo.
Damn, Sonic's doing something right. It's a pretty cool looking condo.
Sonic,
Okay, well,
is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, he wants to call El Topo.
All right. El Topo, you were getting a call from Sonic.
El Topo answers.
All right, give me a second here. I'll put you on there as well. All right.
Hey, El Topo, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, you're pretty chipper this morning, Sonic. I'm okay.
All right. I just called one of my contacts in the police department. I had no luck. No luck. You have any idea what's going on down there now?
I sure don't. They, I guess there's some gas leak in the sewers, but they don't want us working today.
Maybe we should go find Drifter.
Man, I don't know. I guess we should.
I think we should get back at this, and despite the danger, and I think we need to just see what's going on.
Well, that sounds like a plan. You gonna come get me on your bicycle, or what are we doing?
What does Sonic have? Does he have like a regular, mid-size? Well, you drive like a
Like a Vespa?
like
No, he's got an Indian chieftain. It'll hold 2 people.
Nice. Nice. Well, I better not. I better come get you then, because if we find the Drifter, Lord knows he doesn't have a ride.
what
Unless
are
you
you
got a sidecar.
Well, okay. Did you clean that car out?
Nah, I better go do that.
Okay, well, my motorcycle's pretty clean.
I still better go clean out my van. So, let me get dressed. It's about 9 a.m. I'll meet you at noon.
At the diner?
Sure. If
All
you
right.
can figure out how to get a hold of the Drifter and tell us to meet us there, that'd be great.
Sounds
See you
like a
then,
plan.
buddy.
See you then.
All right. So you end the call with El Topo, and now you want to call Drifter. Is that right?
I do not. I'm getting ready, and
No, I
I'm
was
gonna.
talking to Sonic because you had just told
Yeah.
Sonic. I
he's gonna
thought.
call Drifter. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, you had literally just told Sonic to call Drifter. So you call Drifter. Drifter, do you answer your simple burner phone?
Yes.
All right. Now, Drifter,
Yes.
this morning you spent the night at the rail yard. The rail queen's admonishment to you about how your people need you and you let them down, you weren't there, has kind of stuck with you.
Of course.
And last night you had some pretty horrific nightmares where you saw Tia. You kind of replayed the previous night's event where you saw someone that you knew from the rail yard walking down the street, probably down there trying to buy crack, who knows. And then when she turned around, when you touched her shoulder, she was clearly afflicted with something. She looked undead. She looked like a zombie from a movie.
Yeah.
And then you punched her through her head.
Yeah.
So you kind of replay that. And as it's replaying in your mind, you hear a mournful wailing. And as the wailing trails off, you hear what you presume is her voice whispering in fright, "Avenge me."
Okay.
And then you're awakened by a phone call on your burner phone from Sonic.
I answer. Uh, Drifter.
How you doing, buddy?
Just had a terrible nightmare after the evening's events, but feels more than that. Feels like Tia was reaching, to me
All
from.
right, well, let's don't talk about that right now. Let's we're meeting over at the diner,
Okay,
me, you, and Topo. So we'll talk about it
I'll
there.
I'll see you there.
All right.
All right, so we're about to head over to the diner. I'm going to bring El Topo back off of the TM layer for just a moment so I can kind of group you guys together so I can copy and paste you. Here we go. All right, so over at the diner, hang on, I'm setting this up for you guys. And let me make sure I do this real quick before I forget. All right, so we'll go over to the diner. You guys can drag yourselves wherever you want to. Hagar, you should be able to drag that token now.
Thank you.
Or I'll drag you guys if you don't
I
want to do
can't
it yourself.
try. I can't.
You can't?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was trying.
you're good. All right, there we go. Now check it now. See if you can move it around.
Yep.
Okay, very good. All right, so
Oh God, we're on the same side.
it's like it's like the
There
Three
you go.
Stooges. All right, so yeah, we're gonna say El Topo, Sonic, you guys got there first, and then the Drifter has just now walked into the diner, looking probably haggard and a little troubled. Would you say, Drifter?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Drifter,
Definitely
you can
did.
use my shower. Come sit down. If you want to take a break, get cleaned up, you can come over to my house, and you look like you had a rough night.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I had this dream that was replaying over what happened last night, and it feels like Tia was calling from some dark place, asking me to avenge her, and it's I this has got me all over the place.
I mean, that's something you're gonna have to figure out for yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah, but I've got to destroy this Count de Graves. It's too much suffering. When we
Well, I
Yes,
think
go
we
ahead.
got to destroy him, uh, or he'll destroy us.
Yeah, I'm wondering um, if how do we go after him straight away, or do we go after uh, her first, take them out one at a time. What do you think? I'm thinking we might have to try to take them out one at a time.
Yeah,
Whatever we do,
you
concentrate
know,
all of our power.
create some sort of diversion or a trap.
I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know how to split those two up. I don't know what to think.
Well, I mean, we might not be able to split them up, but what we can do is focus all of our might, one at a time, uh, instead of trying to split up our split us up and attack them, like 2-on-1 and 1-on-1, or something that we do 3-on-1. Uh, Focus all of our power on one, and then hopefully knock that person out, and then go after the one that's still up.
That
But
sounds like a good idea
Well,
because every time we split up, something bad happens to me. Maybe we should stick together.
it sounds good.
if we
Uh,
can split them up, let's do it. I just
mhm.
I don't know. Be
Well,
great if
one
we could pick one of them off when the other one's not even there, you know.
oh
Maybe
yeah,
some,
we got that chance.
maybe a piece of cheese, quote unquote, um, to distract them.
What would that
I,
be?
I don't know what they'd fall for.
Yeah, to be honest, I
Sack of
don't know.
money.
Mm. DeGraves seems to only care about money, that's for sure.
Well, what we could do is, uh, what we might do uh, is we might hang out near about, but not in near the rail yard, in case he tries to strike again in that area until until the police hear differently, or we you know uh, do what Sonic did and try to listen in and try to find out if we can find another trap he's trying to set,
You're
set
thinking the
for
same
us.
thing. Maybe I should listen in to the
All
airwaves.
right.
All right. Sonic, what is your? I forgot your power rank for that, so you're gonna have to look it
Yeah,
up
it
yourself.
is. Yeah, I am. Um, radio wave attunement is amazing.
All right. Go ahead and roll amazing on the universal table.
Okay.
All right, you got a yellow result. You don't hear anything on the police band or anything else. You definitely don't hear anything like you heard the night before. You know that
Okay.
that odd signal that you guys followed. You do hear a lot of chatter on the fire department band about the progress of removing the gas from the sewers.
Okay.
About how it's taken longer than they thought, but they've they've identified what they believe are all of the gas leaks. They're all coming from faulty pipes that were just too old, and
Okay.
they've probably been leaking over a while, but now it got to a point where it was so consolidated and so thick that it was noticeable.
Okay. Well, fellas, I don't really hear a whole lot except the fire department trying to fix those leaks.
Give me a reason check.
Okay. Let me see what my reason is. Reason is amazing. All right.
All right, that's a green result. That's good enough. You don't. You're in your gut, and you're kind of doing the math in your head. Everything you're hearing from the fire department sounds pretty mundane. Like this is a regular kind of occurrence. They're used to this kind of a thing. It happens in big cities. This doesn't seem particularly sinister. You're starting to think it's probably not related to Count de Graves in any way.
Okay. All right, fellas. Unfortunately, it sounds like a run-of-the-mill leak that the fire department's trying to fix. Doesn't sound like anything from what happened last night.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Uh, I think what I will do is I'm gonna patrol in the rail yard, and if if you guys don't mind hanging out, on the edge of the rail yard and being available for a call, that's the only thing I can think of staking out. In case the Graves comes back to try to kill more of my people, since he seems to be really focused on that after uh, after last night and the massacre before.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I guess I'll come hang out. Sure. Sure.
I mean, he only knows who you are, right? He doesn't know where we are from, so
Mhm.
that sounds like a good plan. Future
So,
reference, if we let him know who one of us are. One of us could be the bait. Just
I
future
think it's
reference.
probably best to, keep your families and friends safe. Uh, you don't want this nightmare to fall upon either of you. Um, uh, I will. I'm gonna head out. You guys, you know how to get in touch with me, and I can be wherever you need me to be in no time flat. But if you guys can be near and about the rail yard, that would be great.
All right. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we'll pay for your lunch and we'll head towards the rail yard in a little bit.
All
We'll
right.
be right behind you, buddy.
All right. And I'm out.
All right. So it's just Chunk and Sam now. Did y'all hear me? Hello? It's
Yeah,
just
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
it's
Yep,
just
yep,
Chunk.
Listening.
yep. I'm
Do y'all have
finishing off
anything?
my pre.
Do y'all have anything else
Finish
to
it.
discuss, or are we just going to sit there with dead air, or what's going on?
I'm gonna finish my Philly cheesesteak, and I guess I'm gonna get
And my Frito
the
chili pie.
yeah. I guess I'm gonna get the tab and shake my head again, because once again, the drifter doesn't pay for a damn thing.
I didn't order anything.
Whatever, whatever. I look at your big hamburger and your double order of onion rings.
Chocolate
Whatever.
milkshake.
Yeah, exactly.
I will gladly
Four
pay
four
you
fried
Tuesday for
chickens.
a hamburger today.
Four fried chickens.
Yeah, so I'll pay the tab and I'll say unless you got anywhere else you want to be there, Sonic, I guess we should I'm sorry, Mr. Smith. I guess we should head to the rail yard.
Do you guys want to suit up before you get to the rail yard?
No, I'll suit up in the van once we get there.
Okay. All right. So you guys know that to get out to the rail yard, you're going to get on the highway. So give me just a moment here.
On the highway.
And I'm sorry, did you say you were or you were not getting dressed up as in your superhero togs?
From
Yeah.
from a GM's point of view, when we get to the rail yard, I would be suited up.
Okay. All right.
But driving down the highway, I would wait till we got there.
In
But
the vehicle.
That's gonna give me another moment. Give me
the
another
token I would
moment.
want would be suited up token.
I'm gonna get some water. Be right back.
Let me get your other tokens. And let me get those situated. So as you guys get in the van and you start heading out, it starts to get very dark outside. And you can see, you can see, this looks natural. It doesn't look supernatural or anything, but it looks like there is a storm headed in, like a storm line headed in over the city. And it goes from, nice day to, oh God, suddenly it looks like it's, 11 o'clock at night.
Interesting. You see this storm coming in, Sam? This is crazy.
What is this?
Look on your phone. Did your phone say we were supposed to get a storm today?
Absolutely not.
In
It's supposed to
fact,
be
in fact,
heartless.
your phone did say there was going to be a storm front moving in.
Oh,
I guess I didn't listen to Action News 4 as much as I should have, or at least the weathercast.
And Sam,
yeah.
you would know that Action News 4 isn't a thing. It's actually Action News 7.
Damn.
Well, El Topo, it's Action News 7, and I think I had my phone on another city, but now that I look at it, yeah, there's definitely a big storm coming in. We better be careful.
Man, I don't know why we agreed to meeting the drifter in the rail yard without checking the news first, but here we are. Hell, I wonder how he gets around. We're driving my van on the highway, and I bet he beats us.
Yeah, El Topo, knowing having a good grasp of the drifter's power set, you would think he's probably already there. Yeah, and that he was
Yeah.
probably already there. Just a few seconds after you guys left,
I'm back. Sorry.
or a few seconds after he left. All
Yeah.
right. So as you're driving, it continues to get darker, but around your van, you start to notice that it looks like it's getting darker around your van,
Mm.
your work van, than the
Hmm.
rest of the street. This, actually, both of you give me an intuition check.
I hope they paid the insurance on this van.
Uh,
Excellent.
Right, a maze coming up. Oh,
All right. So El Topo, as the one driving the van, and probably pretty concerned now that you're in a work vehicle, this darkness starts to remind you of the darkness you encountered when you guys first fought Count de Graves. And as you look out the driver side window, you see what looks like shapes forming and then dematerializing inside the darkness that look like those same little imps and gremlins and
I feel
other.
like this is the Captain Kirk episode of The Twilight Zone.
hey, look out the window. Do you see that?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I
All
get
right.
it. I get it. I'm in the. Yep.
But it starts to grow thicker around the van, El Topo, to the
Uh-oh.
point where the headlights, it's starting to get hard to see much further past the headlights.
Uh-oh.
And as you and Sam are looking outside the windows at the darkness that continues to spread around the van, you start to hear some kind of creepy laughter.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what is that, What is that, Topo? What is that?
I don't know.
hear that?
Are you seeing them? Are you seeing them flying around the? You seen
Mm,
them flying around the van?
I think we ought to call the drifter.
Cool.
All right, so
Get him on the phone. It's all I could do to keep this car steady.
Okay.
so you call the drifter. Drifter, you have a call incoming. What would you like to do?
It's Drifter. What's going on?
Hey,
It's
buddy,
Drifter.
I think we're gonna need you here. I know you went off the other direction, but we're hearing those creepy voices again, and I think we're in the dark cloud, and we're on the highway, and we're headed to you. But can I tell them what highway do I know what highway we're on, or?
Yeah, you give him the information. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're headed northbound on the 26 towards your location.
I start running at high speed towards that direction.
Okay. We're
Drifter.
gonna
All right.
need you.
I'm running.
We're gonna need you, buddy, if we're gonna enact this plan.
Drifter, you
Gotcha.
don't. As you're running, you don't actually see El Topo's van.
I see a dark mass.
You don't see anything at all except for the storm moving in overhead.
Gotcha. Well, so I don't see his van anywhere on the highway.
You do not.
I don't see your guys' van anywhere on the highway. I'm gonna run, try to see if I can backtrack all the way to where the diner was.
Yeah, you make it
Can
all
I
the way
see
back to the diner, but you don't see any sign of their van.
Can I see anything like a street sign or any landmark I can give him?
You make an intuition check.
Alrighty. Intuition is amazing. I should remember that.
We backtracked all the way to the diner and still haven't seen you guys. There's some storm that's coming over.
Up, Did it go? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you do see, even though there's like impenetrable darkness all around El Topo's van now, you do see the road, and that the headlights are barely illuminating now through this darkness. But you do see the road ahead of you, and you start to see the road getting further away as it feels like you and El Topo are being lifted off of the ground.
Oh, buddy, we're off the ground. We're flying.
I run to the highway again and start looking up in the air and see if I can see, a van floating up in the air anywhere.
Drifter, you don't see anything.
Topo, you feel any ground between those wheels? Or how's your steering wheel feel?
Topo's just sweating and turning the wheel left and right.
Topo, you are definitely not on the ground, and a slow realization comes over you that you are in no way in control of the vehicle.
I look over at Sonic and I'm like, I don't know if you can yell or do any of your hearing or whatever fancy shit you can do, but we're in the air, buddy.
We need to suit up now.
I agree. Suit up.
By the power of the sound rays. Form of Sonic.
Right, give me just a minute here.
In the pulse of the underground, make me the Topo.
What?
Wickie-woo! Wickie-woo!
I just was following Sam Smith's lead. I flop my fat butt around in the back of my van and get in my suit, get my helmet on.
Sitting there straightening your legs and pulling your pants up.
Yep.
Hey, I'm a superhero just like anybody else.
Yeah.
Yep. Put my Topo pants on one leg at a time.
My arm's stuck. I'm like, hey Topo, grab my arm, straight, and get my suit on there.
Do you hear? The sound outside the van has changed.
Well, why don't we keep our eyes peeled and open fire at the next thing we see.
So I'm assuming this big work van has like no windows on the sides or the back.
It's just got it's got the driver's side window and the passenger side window, and then two windows all the way in the back where the doors are.
All right, I'm gonna continue to the back after I've got my pants snugly on. I'm gonna see if I can see anything out those back windows.
So El Topo, as you get out of the driver's seat, Sonic, you notice, and you both feel this, the car begins to shift from left to right, like it's shaking a little bit now. So El Topo,
Put my hands on the dash.
El Topo, you make your way to the back. What were you looking for?
I just want to look out the back window. I kind of feel like I had to get in the back at some point to put on my super suit.
All right. So
anyway, I just want to look out the window.
So as you're looking out the window, you notice that there are moving very quickly towards you, are two almost pitch black streaks that are even darker than all this darkness surrounding you. And they're speeding up, and then one goes around to the driver's side and the other one goes around to the passenger side.
So they're kind of, I can tell they're going to the driver, to where the driver and the passenger.
From what you're seeing, you're looking out, you're seeing them, these two black streaks coming at you very, very fast, and then they separate. One goes right, one goes left.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Sonic, Get out of the front seat. Get back here.
All right, he runs and jumps back
Like,
there.
my feeling is, I'm like, something's coming, and I think they're coming through the front, through the doors up front. Get ready.
All right. So, Sonic, do you go back with El Topo?
Yes.
All right. So as you get out of the seat, and as you are getting out of the seat and getting ready to head down there, you see out of the passenger side window the flying form of Molly Malefica laughing at you.
Okay.
What do you do? Do you continue back to El Topo or do you do something else?
Yeah, he would like to generate a sound scream
Okay.
and direct it as an energy attack directly out the window at her.
All right. Go ahead and use your agility. That will. Or
Okay.
hang on, hang on. This you're just using the sound generation.
No, yeah, you can generate sound. He's gonna scream and, you know, direct it at her in a energy attack with excellent ability
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
spend karma.
Okay.
I assume it'll shatter the window on the way out.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm spending karma, hitting submit.
You get a yellow result. So El Topo, one moment you see Sonic getting up to come back with you, then he notices something at the passenger window and he screams. The force of the scream is so much, it doesn't just shatter the glass, it blows the door off of the side of the van. And as you're looking, Sonic, as it hits where Molly Malefica is, you notice that it doesn't affect her in any way, and her form kind of shimmers when
Okay.
the sonic wave washes over her.
Okay. Oh, Topo, it went right through her. We got some sort of illusion going on here. Screams it back at him. Ah.
Topo's looking around, and he's, quite honestly, he's a little more focused on the idea that this is a company van.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, uh,
Sorry, buddy, I'm a little trigger shy.
uh, Topo kind of looks around and sees if he can't find like a big pipe wrench. And then in his other hands, he pulls up his phone and speed dials the drifter again.
Okay. Drifter, you're getting another phone call.
Hey, where are you guys? I can't find you anywhere. I'm
I don't
looking up
know where
and
the hell
down.
we are, but you better find us. I think we're about to die. We're up in the air.
El Topo, as you're talking, the van, it's probably 20 feet off above the road now, does a barrel roll.
And I'm just like, "Ugh." And I'm sure that the drifter can hear all the unsecured tools flying around in the back.
Yes, in fact, Sonic, give me an agility check. This
Oh
wouldn't
gosh.
this wouldn't affect El Topo because he's too tough, but it might
Okay.
affect you.
Luckily, it's an excellent.
That is a 36. That doesn't pass. You take 10 points of damage from heavy tools slamming into your body.
Here we go.
This is like a. Never mind. I won't say it.
Here we go.
You guys, maybe nothing that you're seeing is real right now. Just like what happened to me last night. You know,
Hey.
you might just try to weather the storm.
Out of character, what's the min karma spend? I didn't spend. I said karma, but I didn't need it. Was it 10?
Yeah, it was 10.
All right. That's corrected too.
All right, El Topo, you kind of bang around, the van a little bit while you're trying to talk to Drifter, but you see Sonic get like pelted with like a
Heavy
pipe.
tool.
Yeah, like a pipe wrench or something big.
Okay. Uh, and would So not to break any kind of meta. I mean, do we? You said we're 20 feet off the ground. Do we have a sense of that? I mean, I would
Yeah,
think we don't.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we do.
You would have a sense of that.
All right, I'm gonna with one hand. I'm gonna hang up the phone. I'm gonna say, "Help us, Drifter," and hang up the phone. And then I'm gonna try and grab Sonic, and I'm gonna like kick at the. I'm sure I'm on the ceiling or the floor, wherever, I'm gonna start kicking at the back door.
Okay. Uh,
I'm gonna.
with your strength, the back doors just completely kind of fly off.
All right, I'm gonna chance it, and I'm gonna try and drag Sonic out the back and see if we can't fall to the ground. I'm gonna try and, if we can, I'm gonna try and land first. Like
Yeah, like you're wrapping Sonic up in a
I'm
bear hug,
rapping.
and
Yeah,
then just
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Give me an agility check.
Remarkable.
All right, you
Okay.
are able to grab Sonic and then kind of fall out the back. You feel a steep drop, and then you feel the hard road behind, just behind you as you slam into it. But you are able to kind of keep Sonic braced in a way that he doesn't take any damage from the fall.
And Sonic says, "Oh, I didn't know you cared."
So
All right. How
as
much
this
damage
happens,
do I take?
you don't take any damage. You're a tough son of a bitch.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
very heavily armored. Most stuff that would like shred people on this road, you doesn't even phase you. So,
And then does a car hit me from?
well, it takes a couple of seconds for the darkness surrounding the van to sort of, pass ahead of you. And as it does, the laughing stops, and it stops once the track stops playing. There we go. And then you you can see daylight now, and there are cars coming and going. The van you don't see initially, but as you peer down the road, you see what looks like your van, probably about, oh, I don't know, 500 feet away. It's on the side of the road.
Okay. We don't see it fall from the ground or anything. We just see it on the
No,
side of the road.
no.
I'm gonna try and roll me and Sonic to the side of the road as fast as I can.
Okay.
I'm sure as a speeding grandma goes by.
um, who?
A school bus full of kids.
Exactly.
El Topo. Who was your closest relative that has recently passed away?
That would be Tia. Uh, my Tia. Uh, Bonita.
Your aunt,
My Aunt
The
Bonita.
beautiful auntie.
Aunt
Mhm.
Bonita. All right. How recently did she pass away?
Last spring.
Last spring. Your phone rings, and on when you look to see who, check the caller ID, it says Tia Bonita.
Yeah, and I'm like, because clearly I didn't erase the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, I'm like, God, these spammers. So I guess I'll answer it, but clearly I'm answering it with the intention of hanging up quickly, knowing that my Tia Bonita has passed and this is a spam call.
All right. Do you act? Okay. So you just do the thing to answer it and then end it immediately.
No, 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 no. I will answer it.
Okay.
Because this is a role-playing game, I will answer it, and I'll gruffly, like, I'm on the side of the road. We almost died. Yada yada yada. I'm
You're
like,
wrapped up
what?
with. You've got a dude wrapped up in your
Yeah, I
arms.
got a dude in my arms, lovingly. I'm like, what?
So yeah, you say, what, and you hear the unmistakable, clear, sunny voice of Tia Bonita. And she says, "Oh, Chunk, hello. I've missed you. I haven't talked to you in so long. Are
I'm
you
like,
okay? Did you survive?
who's playing games with me?
This is your Tia, dear."
I'm like, Aunt Bonita, you passed away.
I did. I did.
Well, how in the heck are you calling me on the phone?
To make sure you survived. I was worried about you. And also to let you
That doesn't
know,
make sense.
that this is all going to continue until I have tasted your blood and slaked my thirst with it. And the call ends.
So, did that sound like count? The count?
Towards the end, yeah, it sounded a little like her voice shifted into his.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of roll Sonic, who has yet to get off of me. He just is kind of clinging to me still. I'm gonna roll him kind of off and stand up and just, yeah! This count to Graves. And then I'm gonna call the Drifter, and I'm gonna be pretty gruff if he answers and just be like, "Where are you?"
I'm still pacing up and down the highway.
Drifter, you eventually come across them, and it looks like they are wrapped in a tender embrace.
Guys, hey, Topo, that's the, you know, that's our
It's okay
teammate.
these days. Yeah, it's okay in this world, but maybe stop.
Just letting you know. Um, uh, uh, it seemed like you guys were suffering from some kind of uh, illusion, and whatever illusion you guys were suffering from, I couldn't see you. It was like it made the van invisible.
And I point to the van 500 feet up the road, and I'm say, "Does that look like a damn illusion?"
No, but I have been up and down this highway countless times, and I have not seen your van. And I looked, quite, I looked up in the air. I looked up along the highway. Looked like off the highway. I couldn't see your van, to save y'all's lives.
Drifter,
Yeah.
as you look down the highway towards the van,
Mm-hmm.
it looks exactly as it did last night.
Oh, I mean, I don't see any doors blown out or anything
Nope.
like that.
Nope. It looks exactly the way it did the last time you saw it.
Looks like your van's intact. Shall we go ahead and hop in and head on down to the rail yard?
And El Topo, as Drifter says that, you look down there and kind of squint so you can kind of see a little more clearly. But he's right. The back doors are back there. It doesn't look like anything's been damaged.
Yeah, I'm clearly unsettled.
Mhm.
You're just unsettled because you're, holding Sonic in a loving embrace. That's the only
Oh, he
way.
already stood me up.
Yeah, we're standing now.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm like, that son of a bitch called me from my aunt's number and sounded just like her. She's been dead for a year, or almost a year.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of this son of a bitch.
Me too.
Yeah, me three.
We're going to be very, very, very careful about what we hit or don't hit.
How
Going
can he be
forward.
this powerful? How is he getting in our heads?
That is a good question. And uh, give me a moment. Tell you what, if we can hop into your van, I'm gonna see if I can try to uh, uh, call upon my call upon shoot. Um, Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I call him. The Herald of the Golden Serpent.
Okay.
I know you guys can't see him, but maybe he can give me some kind of guidance on how we're supposed to fight what we see or can't see.
And then at
So
the
we
same
get up.
time, well, at the same time, Sonic wants to do an airwave check.
Okay. Sonic, go ahead and roll your power rank for that, which I think is amazing.
Yep.
Cops caught a speeding driver who was going in excess of 100 miles in a BMW further down the road. Past that, you don't hear anything else.
Okay. And then he
Drifter.
won't
All right, I'm sorry.
say
Go ahead.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he won't say anything about that.
So Drifter, you sit on the side of the road and meditate a little bit, trying to see if you can connect across the void and let the Herald know that you need an audience with him.
Yeah.
And after several moments, he does appear standing next to your side. You two don't see this, El Topo and Sonic. You don't see when Drifter communicates with the Herald.
We just see our friend acting like a nutball,
Basically talking to himself. Yeah.
talking to himself to thin air. Yep.
He's doing that hobo thing again, Topo.
So, let me put him over here. Give him a little more room. There we go. All right. So yeah, Drifter, you're suddenly aware that the Herald of the Golden Serpent or the Golden Dragon, pardon me, is
Yeah.
there with you, and you open your eyes slowly. You see him with his hands folded across his midsection and in his dark green robes, looking down on you. What is it?
Harold,
How can I help you, Drifter?
we we're fighting a foe that can cause these illusions that that causes me to strike at somebody that is not who they seem to be, and then my cohorts find themselves in an environment that's completely a fantasy. How do we how are we supposed to fight this? How are we supposed to challenge what we see and hear?
You have contacted me regarding this already. Did you forget the guidance that I gave you?
I remember about concentrating and our 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 abilities, but I don't recall the what we can and can't see. I'm sorry.
You have all of the talents that you need to face your foes. You are not utilizing your abilities to their fullest extent. You are more mystically connected than your two friends.
I I don't know how to channel that. Uh, what is it specifically? Is it my phasing ability? Uh, is it some type of perception that I'm supposed to uh, utilize? I'm sorry. I'm still greatly trying to learn.
And he raises his fingers. He puts two fingers up to your forehead, up to the side of your forehead on the temple, on your left
Right.
temple. And he says, everything you need is right here. Your mind, your spirit,
Okay.
both can work in conjunction to see through these illusions. You were just
I
not
will.
using them.
Okay. I will work. I will work doubly hard on it. Thank you. Thank you, Harold.
And he nods once more. And he is just gone. He just disappears the way he does.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys heard the drifters part of that discussion, but you didn't hear anything else because you guys cannot see or hear the herald of the golden
I'm
dragon.
I will try to best perceive and see through these illusions with what innate ability I can draw from where I come from. I will do my best to serve both of you. My apologies for failing at this point.
Well, I mean, it's not your fault. I'm just getting real tired of this jackass Count de Graves. So in the interim, I've kind of walked around the van 2 or 3 times,
Yeah.
checking tires. I assume I'm flabbergasted that nothing's wrong with it.
There is a slight crack on the passenger side window where Sonic had used his screaming directed attack towards the illusion of Molly Maleficent.
Okay.
But other than that, the van is completely fine.
And guys, I'm afraid I have to split now. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And,
We'll go ahead
I
and
will
end it
see you
here.
guys soon.
We will end it here for tonight. Chris said, "You take care, and come and
bet.
play Warcraft with us." I'm
right.
tired. I'm tired of excuses, Chris said.
Okay.
right.
All right. I'll talk to Dale tomorrow and see what I have to do.
Get that
Thank
done.
you.
All right.
Super easy.
right.
Battle.net account, and then download
Cool.
Warcraft. You're in.
Get
Sweet.
that done.
It's
All
super
right.
easy.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. Bye bye.
Our love is endless.
Good night,
Said.
chat.
Good night,
Good night,
chat.
Chad.